Well, hello there. So, welcome to another Kerbal Space Program video. And on this video, we're going to be building something a little bit more realistic. We're going to be building a seaplane. You might wonder, why am I building a seaplane after I just got done building spaceships like the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter and the other massive thing that I launched into orbit? Well, basically, I am trying to learn how to build a seaplane correctly because I want to build something later on that can take off from the land, take off from the sea, and also go into space. So it will be a single stage to orbit seaplane slash normal plane, basically. So it's gonna be like the most perfect thing. Like you could land anywhere, you could land on water, you can land on land, and you could also go to space. And hopefully this video will give me the right experience I need to prepare for that big project later on. Overall, this video and build was actually really fun because it kind of showed me that I need to keep in mind the center of mass, because on the first test flight I was trying to like take off, but like it was too heavy in the rears, which actually caused the seaplane to spawn being tilted upwards. So like the moment this plane spawned into the runway, it was like facing up in a 45-degree angle, which is a pretty big issue if you ask me. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't try flying this seaplane. So I tried taking off while the seaplane's engines were touching the runway, which is not really the best scenario for a takeoff, but I still tried anyway. And this thing did not want to take off. It used the whole runway, and I basically had to go over the runway. I had to reach the very end, and that's when I had enough lift to finally start going up. And it's not really the best flyer as it is right now. Basically, as of now, this thing is not a good plane or a seaplane, because when I did try landing in the water like a little bit ago, this thing just straight up did a front flip. It just went straight into the water. I mean, that's what a seaplane is supposed to do, but it's not supposed to dive in the water and go inverted. But yeah, so right about now is when I actually started putting seaplane parts on it. Like I put some wheels on the ballast. So okay, seaplanes can land on normal runways. If you've seen any seaplanes in person, they have little wheels underneath their ballast, and they can use those to land on like conventional runways. So I added those to my seaplane. I moved the the ballast a little bit more forward, and this thing just sits perfectly on the runway. Like it's super solid, which actually made me really happy because I didn't want to keep adjusting the ballast. Okay, I'm not really sure if it's called the ballast, but the tanks, the seaplane pontoons, maybe? Okay, those things. Basically, I had to keep adjusting this, and as you saw, this thing still does not like to land in the water. It will flip the moment though it touches the water, so I had to eventually keep adjusting it just at the right place so where I could land it safely. Yeah, so this is when I had the thought, okay, maybe they're too tall. So I went back to the hangar and I basically just shortened them. And I think this might have fixed it. But as you can see, I think that worked because this is the first. Okay, so that was the first flight and sea landing attempt with the new designs. Well, not really a new design, it just got shortened. But this is the first flight and first landing, and it landed amazingly. It landed the way a seaplane should land, which is amazing. This was a very big deal for this vehicle. But now we have to test the other important thing about being a seaplane. Can it take off from the sea? So right now we are just testing that out, and yes it can. This thing took off beautifully. Well, with some slight issues, but I was just having fun, like just driving this thing around like a boat. Like it was going very fast. And like, I don't think the Kerbal Space Program graphics could handle the seaplane just like skipping on the water, as you can see with like the water effect. It's kind of weird, but it was pretty cool. But overall, I am very pleased with the seaplane. This thing did fantastic. It kind of blew my expectations out of the water. Literally, it flew out of the water. But yeah, I think the next goal is to somehow make this seaplane. I want to see if I can turn this seaplane into a VTOL, and then maybe later on we're gonna turn this seaplane into an SSTO. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. So it's gonna be a VTOL SSTO seaplane. But yeah, so this video is slightly shorter than usual, but it's fine. I think I just need to get the hang of making videos, and yeah, hopefully this video does well.